Hey guys, it's Adventure. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at a very unique vehicle today. This is the Slovakian flying car, the AeroMobil, by LivToAir. And they've released some before in the sim before. This one's very, very unique. Now this one is the AeroMobil 3.0 flying car. It's coming out today, based on video release time. And it is got a full working folding wing system. It's drivable and flyable. Working fuel truck for refueling and defueling. Full controls on NEFB, $19.99, and it's going to be available from flightsim.to and also from, I believe, Sim Market as well. So you'll get to enjoy it from multiple different locations. Now, this real-world aircraft is a roadable aircraft designed by Stefan Klein, first flown in 2013. It's produced by the Slovak company AeroMobil SRO. Now, its first flight was 2014 officially, and it's currently in production. It's a very unique little vehicle, realistically. I think they've had one crash so far of them in a flight test, but in general it has a crew capacity of 2, length 6 meters, wingspan of 8.3, width of 2.24, empty weight of 600 kilos, powered by one Rotax 912, providing 100 horsepower. Has a max speed of 110 knots. Stall speed of 32 knots, range of 430 nautical miles, driving fuel consumption of 35 miles to the gallon, which is pretty good, which is, I believe, 8 litres per 100 kilometres. I do like miles to the gallon, to be fair, as a measurement. It's much more noticeable, even though I prefer metric. I'm weird, I realise. And flight of 15 litres per hour, or 3.3 gallons an hour. Now, it has a driving max speed of 99 miles an hour, so it's not exactly a slow vehicle either. Let's go take a look at this thing in the sim and actually get to see how it really wants to behave. So, my electronics are turned on here, you'll notice. Our wing fold system can be controlled in multiple different ways. First off, we'll need to set ourselves to not just park, but to drive mode. And we'll need to set ourselves into drive on here. And then we can hit the wing fold, which will lift up the visor there and bring the controls, the wings, into place. Then we can set our fuel to on. Yes, it's compatible with the GTN 750 NXI option on there. We'll set engine is on, which is weird hearing a Rotax for a road vehicle, but there you go. Right, did I turn the parking brake off or on? It was off. There we go. We're here at Innsbruck, by the way, in Austria. Let me switch my head on, make sure this is working. It is. Let's go driving around Innsbruck. Now, driving in Flight Sim is obviously a little bit weird anyway, because it's Flight Sim, it's not a driving game. But there's no danger of me taking off here, and I can just blast this thing. Let's clip the apex here in my aeroplane. And we go blast around the track here. Now I definitely feel like a female Jeremy Clarkson for sure. I get to drive a supercar that's also a plane. Or a plane that's a supercar. I mean, 100 miles an hour isn't fantastic in terms of supercar speeds, but considering this has got a propeller, I'll take it. Just imagine this going down the Autobahn. You know what? I'm actually digging this. This is fun. Apply my brakes. Now you notice we have a yoke and a steering wheel. Your pedals in the sim will control your steering wheel. And obviously the yoke is not workable right now because the flight controls are disabled in this current configuration. But that'll be by your controls. And obviously your steering in the sim is technically down there, but it's also technically brakes. So, welcome to how aircraft function versus a plane with this car functions. Right, let's set ourselves to wing fold open. And we'll configure for takeoff. While we do that, obviously we've got a G3i there for our main flight instruments. Pretty useful, obviously compatible with the 750 in the center. We have transponder down here. Radios, we have breakers, which are switches. In usual way of doing that, but it works. We have rudder trim, we have pitch trim, we have aileron trim. Now we can open the canopy, I'll do that when we're on the ground later. But we'll ignore that for the time being whilst we get ourselves going here and do a quick trip. Fly mode engaged. Fly mode engaged. And you'll notice now our propeller is turning rather than our wheels. So I will set 1 notch flaps. There's the right throttle. And we'll taxi her out here to the runway. And you'll notice now my yoke functions. Windscreen's a little tinted for my taste, a bit too much to be fair. I believe the developer said they wanted to make it a bit more matte than normal. It is. I think it's also because it's quite angled. It makes it look a little strange. It's very angled. This is a really steep angle of a windshield, so it would be a bit unusual. I personally would prefer it clearer, but that's just me. So a nice little bit of detail on there. Whoa, that was me pulling back too much because I'm not sure. I can't really lift the nose up because I've got 4 wheels. So I have to take off very flat. I think I gave it too much power there. It's very unique, I'll give it that. It's a very unique aircraft. Flaps all the way up. Gear doesn't retract, it's fixed gear because you are basically dealing with your wheels. So that's how steep the windshield is. It's very, very steep. But it's such a crazy weird little aircraft. I really do like this. And for 20 bucks, it's 20 bucks, but you know, you've got compatibility to the GTN. You've got an EFB with various functions I'll show you in a minute. We have, okay, the G3i is not wonderful, but it's not bad either. And hopefully Working Title will revamp that eventually, and that'll make a humongous difference in the sim. And you have something that can drive and fly. It's quite unique in this regard as a sim aircraft, so I can't really fault it in that regard. It's definitely different enough to be interesting and worth a try. And in a world of multiple Cessnas and multiple Pipers, weird sometimes is pretty wonderful. At least in my eyes, that is. So bring around here, we'll do a pattern and then we'll land. Now obviously I wonder if I can. Time for science. I'm in drive mode. Darn it. I'm going to guarantee it will tell me on here that it's, let me swipe that. Yes, propeller's still turning. So it's going to yell at me and tell me I can't fold the wings because the propeller's still turning, so. There we go. We'll bring her in for a landing and then we'll worry about that in a minute. But yes, it won't let me be stupid because it knows that pilots are stupid, especially me. And it will decide that you can't fold your wings, your propeller's still turning. Mostly because the wings do basically sit either side of the top propeller blade, so you can't fold them. Otherwise you'd chop your wingtips off. Now maybe they could have made it a little bit shorter, but I guess it's aerodynamics to play for. And I mean, why would you want to fold your wings whilst in flight? It seems highly impractical. Unless you want to go fast and you kind of fold it back like 3/4 away rather than all the way, and you could be like an F-14 car. They missed a trick. They could have made the F-14 car. Or the F-111 car. I would drive an F-111 car. Alright. Give it a notch of the old flapperones. And we'll try and land this very flat because I get the impression it wants to. Especially want to strike a rear mounted propeller by coming in with the nose too high. So we'll bring around here. Speed is actually really low. I need to make sure I maintain that. It's a very weird experience to fly, but I'll give it some credit. It is definitely different. Here we are. I would normally take a long amount of time in terms of looking at features. Also, there is an autopilot above the GPS, so you've even got that functionality. So as weird as it is, it comes with all the mod cons and comforts people really want from an aircraft like this. This would work in VATSIM. This would work in any kind of online platform. You'd be very unique, I can guarantee it. Center up a little bit here. Let's power back. Try and keep it very flat. we go. Touchdown. Right, now can I put it into... Oh, my propeller stop. No. Disengage my propeller, good sir. I wish to go zoom. Could you disengage the propeller? I want to go zoom. Please. Yay. See, here goes my wonderful plan to stop my propeller while I'm on my... As soon as I touch down, I stop the propeller, and then I float the wings as I'm rolling out. And I get to suddenly land and then take off like a car because I just fold my wings as I'm rolling out. The propeller stops, I fold the wings, and off we go. It'd be like a Bond movie, you know, with the car transitioning from air to land and land to air, or I'm racing away from the bad guys in a Bond movie, you know. And this time Bond is wearing the pretty dress because I'm Bond, obviously, because I'm cool, and it's, you know, it's Jane Bond or something, and I get to, you know, shoot at the bad guy, then pop my wings out and take off, and it'd be heroic and wonderful, and I'd be so badass. But no, I have to stop and follow procedure and be normal and safety conscious. Where's the fun in that? If alcohol and a firearm can't solve your problems, do you really want to solve them? Okay, and on that bombshell... Whee! Will it drift? Kinda! Yeah, okay, okay. Wheel hard over. It's kind of drifting but not drifting, but like it's trying, but like The driving physics are definitely rigid. Brakes. I love it. It's stupid. This is weird. I like this a lot. I can get a lot of fun out of this. It's so odd, but it's kind of cool. Right, tablet functions. I told you I'd look at these, didn't I? So down here, obviously we have our ground functions where we have the ability, once it kind of loads them, to pop the top, call a fuel truck, open the back there. Let's take a proper look around, shall we? So we have our little zoom car. We can pop open the top there where the engine is visible when the wings aren't folded. See, with those segmented ends there, you could totally drive and fly this. And you can even climb in and out quite easily. Chocks, of course, very useful. Lumber plate, very useful for driving on the road. It does really have a Koenigsegg look at the front of this thing. I'd love for a paint kit for this, to repaint this. Would be amazing. Fuel truck over there, which you can use to refuel and defuel. Now, of course, we can go to our weight section. We can look at our payloads. We can turn on the co-pilot, who you can't see, sadly, here. Mr. Whiskers is not present. At our fuel tanks. Wait, what is he doing this for? I'm confused. There we go. It got very weird for a second there. Dashboard shows us various data we need to look at. We've also got our navigation page, but we could just use normal, typical navigation systems to look through, and we can also search here. So, we're looking for Innsbruck would be there, so we could pull up Innsbruck data. Not sure what these do. I will click on them and find out, but oh, is it going to give me data when I actually search it? It is a little slow, I'll give it that. Oh god, stop pressing buttons, you stupid computer. There we go. No, it wants an ICO. But it doesn't seem to want to search anything. So it's like a bug, possibly. But again, still we have, you know, the ability to do the map doodah, center it on the aircraft. Settings lets us change. I think we can change the plate. Aha! Nah. Yes, that's what we wanted. I'm going backwards because I press Shift P. Delete that. Absolutely, we want to generate. Oh. A European plate? A Dubai plate? An Israeli plate or a generic plate? We'll keep the generic and have Angel on it because I've now got a custom license plate. Aren't I cool? Not one of those douchebags that drives a custom license plate car. Yeah. I like this. It's actually fun. I would totally buy this. So there's your recommendation from me. It's silly, but it's actually enough silly to be interesting. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.